Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Bread in my hands. This is Absolute Batman number 7. Kicks off the second arc of the series, and it is an intriguing start to the second arc of the series. So this has been a really good take on Batman. As a whole, the Absolute comics, I think, have done a really good job of like taking their characters in new directions, or at least breaking them down to their basics. So it's written by Scott Snyder, art by Marcos Martin, coloring by Muntsa, Vicente, and lettering by Clayton Cowles. So this is the introduction of the Absolute Mr. Freeze, and apparently the Joker as well. So this picks up after the previous arc. Gotham is kind of on lockdown now. It's much more of a police state. They're looking for Batman. They're trying to not have violence pop up anymore. So it's a little bit hard for Batman to get around, but there's some strange things going on, and Batman wants to investigate it, and it leads him to this place called Ark M. Arkham. It's apparently a prison that's being built, and he wants to find out who's behind it, what's going on, and what's going on there. And of course now he's got his friends all know that he's Batman, familiar characters and are in the classic Batman sense, but not quite the villains that we know yet. And it all leads to him, to Batman going to this cryogenic place where we learn, we get a Victor Freeze, spin on Victor Freeze. It's a really interesting spin, very horror infused, and I think that's kind of the thing that's been really interesting about the Absolute comics so far, is that they all seem to have a lot of horror sense to them. This isn't necessarily classic superheroes, just with characters switched up a little bit. This Mr. Freeze, this version of Mr. Freeze is kind of scary. It's a really cool design, and I'm not going to spoil it, I'm not going to show it off. But even the previous arc had a bit of a tinge of horror to it. Superman, this latest, when it had this recent issue with Brainiac, that absolutely was horror infused. Wonder Woman's the same thing, horror infused. Martian Manhunter seems to be more drug infused, and Flash is probably the closest to maybe the traditional superhero. But beyond that, he's actually flipping out and trying to deal with PTSD. So there's horror there, and then you got Absolute Green Lantern with Hal Jordan walking around in a haze, horror. So it's very interesting. All the series have this tinge to it, and this issue really stands out because of that. But even Marvel's Ultimate stuff has a lot of horror aspects to it. I mean, Ultimate X-Men is straight up Junji Ito meets X-Men. But I digress. So, as I said, Batman is trying to figure out what's going on. This Batman's a much different version. Doesn't have the money. Doesn't quite have the cool toys. I kind of think we call this the blue collar Batman. Someone that's much more likely to kind of work with tools and really basic stuff himself, and not crazy computer stuff. So yeah, this is an interesting one. He needs to get into Ark M, and figure out what's going on. It's difficult for him to get around the city because the police all over. It's an intriguing issue that really kind of sets things up for whatever's coming. The end of the previous issue teased that there is a bigger threat out there, and I think this probably is tied into that somehow, but we're not 100% sure. I really kind of want to show off the Mr. Freeze and go off on long rants about it, because I think it's a really, really cool design, and it's a take on the character I wasn't expecting at all. It goes in a different direction than you're expecting with the setup. So yeah, good issue. I think it does a really solid job of mixing up familiar elements for Batman in new directions, especially directions not expected. So highly recommend it. I mean, it's Absolute Batman. It's been an amazing series. It's done a fantastic job of really breaking down Batman to its basics, and taking familiar elements and just doing it in a new direction, in a new way, which is always awesome. So you can go check this out. This has been out in shops for a bit. The latest issue is hitting shelves this week, so I wanted to catch up before doing that. Go hit up your local shop. We got a link beneath this video. Open your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. And by doing that, you help support our site. But just watch our videos, support us as always, so thank you for that. If you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. And, of course, we're on Facebook, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.